Okay, good morning, good afternoon to you all, and thank you
Alors,
for being
bonjour
this
tout le
event
monde
organized
et
by
merci d'être ici à cet
the
événement
training
organisé.
laboratory of Université Laval. We would like to welcome all our panelists and all our
Nous aimerions souhaiter la bienvenue à tous nos...
would like to advise you that this meeting offers simultaneous interpretation between English and French. There is an interpretation button at the bottom of your Zoom screen, and you will be able to select your language of choice between English and French to listen to the presentations and the discussions. Also to mention that you are able to use the chat function, and please feel free to either provide us with questions or comments during the course of the presentations. We will use them as part of our discussion period, hopefully. My name is Samuel Godefroy. I'm a professor of food risk analysis and regulatory policies at Université Laval, and I have the privilege to lead the International Food Safety Training Laboratory at the university within the platform of food risk analysis. Again, I would like to welcome our panelists and our participants. I'll try to start actually to put in context our meeting, and my computer, of course, has decided to act up just when I need it. So if you give me a few seconds here, just gonna try to share. I hope you're able to see my the shared screen. Yes. So again, this webinar is organized under the theme of enhancing food testing capacities in support of free flow of traded food and agri-food commodities, particularly actually in the African continent. And as I mentioned, it is hosted by the Platform of Food Risk Analysis and Regulatory Excellence of Université Laval. We're very much pleased to partner with a number of organizations to host this event and to contribute in showcasing the importance of partnerships in setting and implementing capacity building programs that are dedicated to bolster the effectiveness of food and feed testing. Now, I know that we don't need to emphasize this point, but I think even though the importance of food safety as a global issue no longer needs justification, it's always important to remind us about the importance of food safety and how it is positioned within a number of agendas. It's very much at the intersect of the health, the agriculture, and the trade agenda. And we know that it is an imperative to food availability and to food security. For those of you who have attended all the different events about Food Safety Day, we know the slogan right now: if it's not safe, it's not food. It is also a key contributor to public health. And we know that the sheer numbers of deaths and illnesses associated to food safety attest to that. And we know that food safety is also a condition for the trade of food and agri-food commodities, and therefore to the economic well-being of a number of nations whose economies are highly dependent on this production sector. Now, this is why we continue to advocate for the investment in food safety, and this is to enhance the capacity of food production systems and prevent the introduction of hazards. Also to enhance food regulatory systems and ensure that they are based on sound scientific evidence and that they are also set in order to contribute to the predictable and founded decisions. We also need to invest to ensure consumer awareness and education on simple but so critical approaches that may help them prevent food safety incidents and foodborne illness. Now, for those who have been involved in this field for a number of years, we all know that investing in food safety capacity building is time-consuming and is also heavy in resource mobilization. Various efforts were focused to increase the efficiency and sustainability of these investments. And we know that collaboration is a key ingredient that help us achieve this goal. Finding synergies between initiatives, pooling resources, whether be it from the public or the private sources. And this is what we are trying to achieve in agreeing, in fact, to leverage a previous investment in food safety laboratory training that was set under the leadership of Dr. Janie Dubois, in fact, and hosted by GIFSAN, the Joint Institute of Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, under the International Food Safety Training Laboratory, or IFSTL. This was previously hosted in the University of Maryland in the United States, and we were privileged to become the new host of this collaborative endeavor. Now, through a collaborative agreement that was established between the Waters Corporation and Université Laval, specifically the Faculty of Agriculture and Food Science, we have agreed to work together to promote training in food safety laboratory science. Our platform of food risk analysis has therefore become the new host of the IFSTL. Now, we acknowledge that enhancing food safety testing capacity requires not only better infrastructure and equipment around the world, but more importantly, competencies. And competencies, or the lack thereof, generally represent the most important impediment to the sustainability of food safety capacity investments in laboratory science. For those who have been involved in a number of initiatives, we all remember, seeing equipment that was either underused or not used at all, and these are investments that are not made sustainable. So that's why, in fact, we considered that the move of hosting the IFSTL was a natural progression for our food risk analysis platform. We are committed to invest in various facets of food regulatory science, and food laboratory science is certainly one of the critical ones. We know that trusted scientific data generated through laboratory activities is key to so many food regulatory operations and decisions, whether be it in the field of conformity assessment or standard development underpinned by risk assessment. Now, this is why we consider ourselves quite fortunate, in fact, to launch this capacity building program of the IFSTL with its new host at Université Laval. And we're launching these initiatives with a collaborative program that involves so many prestigious and active organizations around the world, and that we are proud to count as our collaborators. Through a program funded by the US Department of Agriculture, the Food Agriculture Service, the US International Development Agency, with the leadership of the African Union, and the contribution and collaboration of AOAC, the Sub-Saharan Africa section of AOAC International, we are currently well underway in the implementation of a multi-pronged training program. This program involves over 160 food laboratory scientists from over 30 African countries. And we have also included in this program food laboratory scientists from the East Africa community through another initiative that is implemented by Venture 37 and funded by also the US Department of Agriculture under the Food for Progress program. Now, of course, we were all impacted by COVID-19 and the pandemic, and it made us rethink our delivery model. We have therefore embarked on an online training phase, which will be complemented by practical training in one of our affiliated facilities. Now, this event organized today is meant to showcase the importance of these food safety capacity building initiatives in food laboratory science, but also to discuss how we can make our efforts more effective, more impactful, and even more resilient to situations such as a global pandemic. Now, we will start the program with a number of opening remarks from our colleagues representing our partner organizations. And we have developed a short scientific programs that includes 2 keynote presentations. And hopefully we will conclude with a short discussion and question and answers session. So I hope that you will enjoy this program with us. And again, thank you for being part of this event.